Hello and welcome to Insights. This is Hari Kumar. A few days ago, a husband and wife committed suicide at Pavumba in Kollam district. They took the desperate step after their daughter fell in love with a youth of reportedly another caste against their will and eloped with him. A couple of days later, a husband set on fire his wife when the latter was riding a scooter at Chertala. Ironically, the couple married after almost a year of love and probably against the will of the families. So, these two incidents bring to light certain issues in our society. Very interestingly, when those reports were published in newspapers, the comments that appeared in media below the main reports, they also reflect how the society judges those events and the basic issues in Kerala society, which often claim to be on par with Europe or the United States. So it is true that Kerala has progressed on many fronts, but we refuse to change socially. That is why love marriages are not still the norm in Kerala. In Europe or in United States, when children or teenagers turn 18, they move out of their homes. They start living on their own. They start earning on their own. Parents don't depend on the income of children. The children also don't claim their legacy or inheritance or dream about living with the hard-earned money of parents. So, actually in Kerala, the there is a conflicting or a contradictory social issue because the society has progressed. The society wants to live like all standards, living standards needs to be raised on European level. But when it comes to relations, we often tend to go by traditional concepts. So this is causing much social tension. Actually, this is leading the society to become a broken society. But political parties, social organization, and religious groups are not too bothered about such incidents. Actually, those who suffer it, they will have to bear the pain alone, and people will blame them. For example, the father and mother who committed suicide were blamed by many as casteist. The fact is that you cannot judge such incidents in black and white. It is not simply caste that influences marriages. There are many other factors. For example, wealth is another factor. Educational qualification is another factor. Perhaps the looks also matter in many cases, or health also matters. There are many issues. This is not simply, it cannot be divided or separated in black and white. This is a twilight zone where one needs to move very cautiously. This, while commenting on such issues, people should not treat it as an opportunity to vent their ire against other communities. This happens. As I said, there are many factors. It is not just caste. It's not. Sometimes it's not religion. Only if we find that, or there are clear evidences that it is these certain calamities happened or certain marriages were uh, organized or held with a very vested interest, or it was motivated, then there is uh, justification in looking into the incidents in that way and criticizing them that way. But otherwise, we need to be very careful when judging many such calamities. I have read in newspapers, as well as I have seen a video about actor Krishna Kumar, who is a well-known actor in Malayalam film industry, saying, going on record on video, that his wife's family is said to reconcile to their love marriage. Actually, Mr. Krishna Kumar belongs to upper caste and his wife belongs to lower caste. Though I don't want to accuse caste or foist caste on them, but just for the discussion's sake or for academic purpose, I am citing this. But the fact is that here it was the wife's family that opposed, because the family background of actor was that of a lower middle class, and his wife hailed from an upper class background, though her family caste-wise they were OBC group. So there are many such factors in each case. In 2018, a youth was killed by his father-in-law and his brother-in-law because newspapers reported that he came from a Dalit background, Dalit Christian, and his wife was from upper caste Christian family. Interestingly or ironically, his in-laws who attacked him had married a Muslim girl. So during their youth, he did a love marriage, and when it came to his daughter, he was not willing. Perhaps it is immense love for the children that prompts certain parents to commit such atrocities. The fact is that there are many times we are unwilling to accept that we are trying to foist our likes and dislikes on other people, even though they are children. If we are sure that or unless the love is not motivated by other factors, it is not needed to intervene in such issues. But if it is motivated by, or if it is part of an organized effort aimed at certain motives or certain goals, then it needs to be opposed in that way. But if it is something naturally happened, then there is no need to intervene in. For example, many communities actually developed by accepting people. If you go back or a century ago or a few centuries ago, the Nair community in Kerala grew after they accepted a lot of people from other communities. So there have been examples of people from other communities being incorporated into Nair community, and they became naturalized Nairs. A historian wrote that before 10th century, the population of Brahmins in Kerala, especially Nambudiri Brahmins, was very high. They constituted almost nearly 20% of Kerala population. How did the population decrease? That was because the Nambudiri caste had a very egregious practice of throwing out their women even if they happen to be seen by somebody else. So those women, they used to throw out women, and eventually the population came down. Again, when a man marries out of caste from Nayars, the children were grouped with Nayars and not with Nambudris. All these eventually decrease the population of a community to such an extent that the community has become almost insignificant in Kerala, demography wise, at present. So they cannot uh, protect their own interests now, because in a democracy you need to have numbers. So for upper caste, for Nayars, they need to think about all these aspects if they uh, when they oppose such marriages. What is wrong in accepting educated, cultured youth from other communities to NSS? Because Nayars used to do that earlier. That was how the community, the demography changed, and Nayars became a prominent community in Kerala. A large number of Nayars have got Brahmin heritage. Many have heritage from other groups also. So there is nothing wrong in it, because any society grows by accepting, by including people from other groups. This actually leads to growth of the community. I am saying all this on the background of Kollam suicide. This is applicable to other communities also. It is not just upper caste in Kerala who oppose love marriages. Almost a year ago, not an year, a few months ago, Nasser Faisi Kudatai, who is the state secretary of Sunni Yojana Sangham, one of the most powerful organization among Kerala Muslims, he spoke against interreligious marriages, and he blamed CPIM for promoting interfaith marriages. So he accused that Muslim girls were being lured by other groups. Similarly, a few years ago, to be precise in 2015, the Idukki bishop also made such accusations. He said many Christian ladies, and he had very clear statistics also. He said 6 out of 100 Christian ladies were being married by youth from other communities, and they got converted. And he said that was one of the reasons for the fall in demography. Following the public speech of the bishop, SNDP held a protest march at Thiruvananthapuram. So all communities in Kerala have such complaints. But when a marriage happens, if the girl is not from, if the boy is from their own community, the girl is from other communities, there is a gleeful practice among all communities to smile at it, because they think that they have done something good for their community. So all these marriages should not be for as part of any conspiracy or anything with a specific goal. If happens naturally, let it go on, because nobody will be able to prevent it. But the children who do love marriages should also realize that now they have decided to take, or they have decided to decide their future. Now they should not think about their family's wealth. Now they should decide that now they have come out of the family, they have come of age, and now they have to live on their own. On the other hand, they should not want the wealth of their family, and they should not want to marry according to their will. So if you want social security, you stay in the system. If you don't want that, if you are a path breaker, if you are for radical changes in the society, go ahead, do it with pride, do it courageously, but don't cry thereafter. Like what happened in Chertala, don't fight and set your partner on fire. Take the decision after a lot of thought, then stick on to it, start a new life. That's for now. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye.